welcome. This is Austin from Tclassified.com. Today I'm going to be showing us how to do a project, how to do our thesis. If we're in final year and we are expected to submit our thesis, our project, how do we go about doing it? If you're in 400 level and you've gone for IT and you've come back and you're expected to submit a seminar report concerning your IT or your CWAs, how do you make one? So basically I'm going to show this practically. This is a project that I'm working on, and it's on the topic of deep learning as a tool to predict flow patterns for two-phase flow. So you see the chapter 1 is always consisting of introduction. Another introduction, you have background to study, which is 1.1. Now after that you have the statement of the problem, which is 1.2. After that you have 1.3, which is objectives of the study. Then 1.4, which is significance of study. 1.5, scope of the study. 1.6, organization of the study. 1.7, operational definition of terms that you use in the project. Then after that you go over to chapter 2, where you have the literature review, where you explain the major terms in the topic that you're working on. Because I'm working on two-phase flow, that's why I have to define things about two-phase flow and the various types of two-phase flow. Then I'm also talking about deep learning, using deep learning as a tool to classify flow patterns. So because of that, I'm also going to talk about deep learning. So this is deep learning. This is section on deep learning. So you talk about many things. Then when you're done about, or you also review literatures, you look at some people that have done similar work as you, and you have to be able to talk about the work they did, their failures, their limitations, which you are working to address in your own present work. So those are the things that you look at in literature review, which is chapter 2. Then after that you move over to chapter 3, which is materials and method. This materials and method includes those materials that you actually use in achieving your aim. Those materials and the methodology that you use in both assessing the data that you used for your thesis. If you're going to be using a questionnaire, you're going to tell us about the questionnaire, how many questionnaire, the population of study, and those things. But if you're doing engineering work like I did here, you're going to be able to state the method that you use in carrying out your experiment and the material that you use. If you're doing work that concerns data, like I'm doing, you have to tell us where you got your data, the data set you're using, how did you come about it, how did you classify it, and how did you use it. Then after that you move over to chapter 4, where you have your results analysis, how you analyze your results, and finally chapter 5 is the conclusion. Then after that you now go over to referencing. So the referencing style used here is what we call IEEE referencing style. In arts and social science you use what we call the APA referencing style. So that is how you go about it. But of importance, we are going to concentrate on this chapter 1, the various sections of chapter 1, like the background to study, what is expected to be in background to study, statement of the problem, what is expected. So to do that, I'm going to go over to, this is my website, jamwhitenecouni.com. Once you get there, you click on this search and you can type in how to do projects, in bracket thesis or seminar, so that you can see this material. So this material is going to be telling you what to put, like background of the study, like I said, is the first thing, and that is this background of the study. So this is my own background. In my background, I just briefly discussed the subject matter, which is flow pattern. I said that the term flow pattern refers to the spatial distribution of the phases which occur during gas, liquid, two-phase flow in pipe. So basically, I'm trying to explain the concept that I'm going to be treating in this project. So if you're not doing flow pattern, you're doing another thing. So what is supposed to be in your background of study? That is what we see here. You see that Combo and Troop in 2006 defined background of study as the position or setting of the study. The setting of the study, you're giving the background overview. It explains briefly overview of the problem the researcher aspires or wants to tackle. So here you have to define the problem you want to tackle. That's actually what I did in this background by explaining what flow pattern is and how you go about the uses and how you go about tackling it. So that is what's in this structure on this background of study. Now you have the library in 2013 also says that background of study means identification and description of the history and nature of a well-defined research problem. So you talk about it from the historical point of view, what people have already done about it, with reference to the existing literature. He added that background information in your introduction should indicate the root of the problem being studied, its scope and extent to which previous studies have successfully investigated the problem, where the gaps exist and your study attempts to address. Introductory background information differs from a literature review because it places the research problem in a proper context rather than thoroughly examining pertinent literature. So under background of study, you do introduction of the concept that you want to work on. Unlike in literature review where you do the detailed, you have to present all the stories in literature review. So that's basically the problem. So you have to put the topic in the context under background to study. And the next thing is statement of the problem. Like if you get to my project, you see that after 1.1, which is background to study, the next thing I did was statement of the problem. So what is expected to be there? Statement of the problem in any question is any question that you want to answer and any assumption or assertion that you want to challenge or investigate. He added that you need to consider interest, concept, relevance, magnitude, availability of data, ethical issues when you select your research problem. So that is what you have in research problem, your statement of the problem. So the question you want to answer. So like in this my own, this is statement of the problem. I say the problem statement in this research project is the question of whether there is a way to determining the flow pattern for two-phase flow in pipes in a more accurate way that ensures easy use in chemical and process industries. This research will explore the use of the valuable tool or deep learning to solve the problem of flow classification in horizontal pipe to a greater efficiency. You see that the question that this project or thesis is all about, I stated it here and I also stated how to go about tackling, and that is what the statement of the problem is all about. Then after statement you have the research objective, that is, you can also call it objective of the study. So that's the next thing, you can see objective of the study. So what does it have to have? Kuma in 2005 as research objective referred to what researcher studies for. So what are you studying for? The research objectives are categorized into two categories that are the main and general objective and the sub-objective or specific objective. Kuma says main objective are what the researcher has trust to conduct research, while sub-objective identify the specific issues researcher proposes to examine. The objective should be clearly stated. The main aim of the researcher to conduct the research. So in this my project, what are the main objective? To identify and predict flow patterns in horizontal pipes. Number 2, to assess the impact of architectural parameters on flow pattern prediction efficiency. So in objective of study, you say the specific thing you want to do. So that is what I have here. So here you have research questions. So you ask research questions in some, and in some projects you might omit this actually. Like in my own, I don't have it, but it would have been if I had it here at research or question, I will have are there ways to identify. It will be in form of question, unlike this one that is in form of is very objective. You can say, are there ways to identify and predict the flow patterns? That could be a research question. Are there ways to assess the impact, or can you assess the impact of architectural parameters, or how can you assess the impact of architectural parameters on flow pattern? So that could be a research question for this. Significance of study, which is the next one. I have it here. Significance of study. Here, according to Chris Schwam in 2003, significance of study is the application of the findings of the study for policy formulation, theory, and practice. So how do you use what you've done in your thesis? So it tells why the research is important and the contribution it will give the field. It says how your finding can make the difference and why it is important for your research to be carried out, and that is basically what was done here. This research will add to literature. So this research work I'm doing, the important is that it will add to literature on the use of valuable tool of deep learning in solving or to solve the problem of flow pattern classification in horizontal pipes to a greater efficiency. Also, the research will help to give a broader idea in the application of deep learning to other areas of chemical engineering. So these are the importance of the research, and that is what was looked at here. Now, number 1.6, we have scope of the study. Scope, very important. So scope of the study refers to the parameters under which the study will be operating. The problem you seek to resolve will fit within certain parameters. So this scope is your limit. So now here I said here under scope of study for this my very research, I say this research will consider flow patterns for horizontal pipe. So I'm scoping it, I'm limiting it to horizontal pipe because you cannot actually have flow pattern for both vertical and inclined pipe. And this is in order to enable the exhaustive study of the horizontal pipe inclination. This will enable a good work. This will enable a good work to be done and reduce the ambiguity of considering for various pipe inclinations. So that is that for scope. Then after scope, you have limitation. What are the things limiting you, like financial abilities and time? That is under limitation. If you have it, like in the project I'm having, I didn't put that. And the elimination of study, argue the elimination are those characteristics that limit the scope and define the boundary of the study. Now you now have finally operational definition of terms. Here the researcher will define the basic keywords in research topics as will be used in the study. Now under definition of terms, operational definition, every word that you are going to be using more often and you need people to know the meaning, like flow, two-phase flow, deep learning, you want them to know the meaning, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all those words under operational definition of terms, they have to come in. And you can also have abbreviations. Another thing I have in my own that is not here is organization of work, what is going to be in chapter 1, chapter 2, and the rest of them. So that is how you go about solving your doing your project. If you want to contact me for help in projects, you can simply call my number 070-671-62698. If you're not in Nigeria, you can put in place of this 0 you have +234 70-671-62698, so that I can help you out in doing your looking at ways of helping you out in your research, because we are actually consultants in research work. So that is how you go about tackling your project. Please, if you have any questions and concerns, drop it on the comment section. You can see that I use referencing style of IEEE for this work. If you have any question, you can drop it out. You can drop it for me. Please hit the subscribe button if you like this video. The subscribe button is by this side, so that anytime we release video concerning these and more, you will be the first to get them. Thank you, and God bless you.